What is good, guys? Smash Bros. Pro 33 here, bringing you another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. This is a standard OU match and an in real life match versus my friends Matt from the marching band, because we had a competition yesterday. We actually won. We beat our rivals from across town by 2 points. And yeah, so on the way to the competition, we decided to have a battle. This is what ensued. It was actually a very, very good match, despite him having his first time competitive. But I made his team because none of them know how to use Pokégen. So I figured, hey, I'll make you guys teams, and you guys can battle me. And expect a 2-on-2 battle within the next few weeks, because I'm making teams for a few other people as well. So with that team preview, the real thing that scares me on this team is Jolteon, because he can hit my team for super effective damage, barring Terrakion, and even then it would hit Terrakion hard if it was choice specs or whatever. And then Tentacruel can be really hard to deal with if I lose Terrakion or Zapdos. Scizor doesn't look like too much of an issue because I have Skarmory. So if I have Skarmory alive, I'm pretty much set, and Zapdos can check it as well. Then Breloom, if it's a Tech Loom, if Celebi goes down, then it could be really hard to deal with. And so that's pretty much it for team preview. And I got Mixed Hydreigon, Standard Skarm, Standard Vaporeon, Sub, Swords Dance, Terrakion, Scarf Zapdos, and Physical Defensive Celebi. So without further ado, let's get on with the match, shall we? So he's going to lead off with his Scizor, as I am going to lead with my Zapdos. And I'm thinking, hey, the Heat Wave's a bit obvious, so let's go for the Volt Switch. And he's going to bring in Breloom. I mean, either way, Heat Wave would have been the better play, but hindsight is 20/20 after all. So I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch, just the safe play. I know I could have brought in Jolteon too, but whatever. So I'm going to bring in my Celebi because it can check Breloom very, 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 very nicely. And I'm going to hit it with a T-Wave. I guess he didn't want anything else to take a T-Wave or whatever. I mean, this Breloom is max HP, max special defense, bulk up set. So either way, Celebi is not going to have any problems with this Breloom whatsoever, because all it has is the dual stab. So I'm just going to go for the Hidden Power Fire, and because he's max special defense, that doesn't do a whole heck of a lot to the Breloom, despite being super effective. So I figure I don't want to do this, or actually no, I predict to switch into Tentacruel, and I go into my Zapdos here, because the obvious Tentacruel switch was pretty obvious. I could have T-Wave, but I figured the better switch would have been Zapdos. So I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch, pretty obvious play. So he's going to bring in his Jolteon, and I honestly, I forgot about Jolteon at the time. So he gets his Volt Absorb, so it doesn't do a thing. So now I have to hard switch out, go into my Hydreigon here, and he goes for Shadow Ball. And I mean, I guess he was predicting Celebi to come in, which if I did bring in Celebi, that would have been a very, very good play on his part. So now he's just going to go for the Volt Switch, just to get the momentum going. If I was Scarfed, that would have been one dead Jolteon, but I'm that Life Orb mixed set. And he brings in his Scizor. Now, because I'm pretty confident that this is the offensive Swords Dance Scizor as opposed to the specially defensive one, that Draco Meteor does a lot of damage. And he's actually going to take it out with the Bullet Punch. He gets a crit here. Not too sure if it mattered because he is max attack. But, hey, what are you going to do? It's a Scizor. So I'm going to bring in Skarmory because I can check that thing for days. And he's going to go for the Brick Break. And that doesn't do a whole heck of a lot either. So I figured, hey, this is a good opportunity to set up my spikes, and I can get at least 2 layers up, because if he plays his Scizor like this, then he's going to die to Life Orb, and it's not really a big deal for him losing his Scizor, because I could have checked it with several things. So I'm going to set up my second layer of spikes, as he actually dies to Life Orb recoil, and now he's going to bring in his Dragonite here. And he's going to go for Dragon Tail. I went for Whirlwind because I personally know what kind of Dragonite this is, but I guess you could say I had the advantage, but in a sense I didn't, because I don't know what he would go for. That's the thing. So he's just going to go for Hurricane on my sub, and because he's going straight for the offensive, I don't want to stay in and take a Hurricane, because Terrakion could rip through his entire team if I set up correctly. So I'm going to bring in Zapdos to take a Hurricane, but he goes for Dragon Tail, and he misses, which kind of sucks, but it's not the greatest deal in the world. Now, I really need to change the hidden power on my Zapdos, because it's grass, and I need to change to Ice, because I would have been able to deal with that Dragonite a lot easier if I had HP Ice. But I'm going to bring in Celebi now, expecting him to go for a Thunderbolt or something. But he makes a really nice play, goes for the Hidden Power Ice. And that does almost half to my Celebi. I mean, I have no special defense investment, but I'm max HP. And we know how bulky Celebi is. So now he's going to bring in his Tentacruel again. And I'm just going to go for the Recover on the switch. Which, I mean, I'm trying to preserve my Celebi because of Breloom. So... oh wait, no, never mind. I think Breloom died. But anyway, I'm going to go for T-Wave here. I'm not scared of this Tentacruel because his only attacking move technically is Scald. And he's setting up Toxic Spikes, which doesn't bother me too much either. So I have a couple flying types on my team. And I'm going to bring in my Vaporeon. Kind of a questionable play on my part, looking back at it, because my Vaporeon can't really touch Tentacruel. But I guess what I was trying to do was a Wish Pass. And he's going to bring in Politoed here. Not a big deal at all, because the most Politoed can hit me with is basically Hidden Power Grass. If he's specs, which he actually is. So I'm going to go for the Wish here. And I'm actually going to expect him to go for the HP Grass, or not the HP Grass, but anything. But I know Vaporeon can take at least a hit from this Politoed despite being physically defensive. And I'm going to hit him with a Toxic, which is pretty cool because that'll just wear down Politoed more and more and more every turn. So that's pretty cool. And now my Wish brings me back up to almost full. But the toxic damage is going to start racking up, so I really need to play my Vaporeon carefully. Especially because he still has, or not Scizor, but whatever. He had another physical attacker, I think. But I'm going to switch out here, go into my Zapdos here. And I'm tired of going for the Volt Switch, because I figure, hey, he's probably going to either A, stay in, or B, go into his Jolteon. He does opt to go into his Jolteon, so the safe play here was to go for the Heat Wave. I missed the first one, and I hit the second one, and that doesn't do much because it's dampened by rain. And that means he can hit me with the HP Ice. Now, because his Jolteon is Life Orb, I am actually going to be able to take out the Jolteon with the next Heat Wave. Not entirely sure if that crit mattered, but I'm actually glad I got the crit to seal the deal, because that Jolteon would have been able to take out my entire team. I mean, my Terrakion might have been able to live a hit, but whatever. So now he's going to Dragon Tail me out into my Terrakion, actually, which in a way is kind of good for me, because I can sub up, see what I want to do, but I actually don't want to take any chances with this Dragonite. In case he wants to go for what is it called, Thunder or whatever, predicting my Skarmory to come in or whatever. But he's just going to go for another Dragon Tail and shuffle me out into my Vaporeon. Not a big deal at all, because I can take Dragonite's hits for days. And he's going to opt to go for the Hurricane, I guess me predicting me to switch back into Terrakion. It wasn't a bad play, but I mean, Vaporeon takes that pretty well. And I am going to go for the Wish here. I wanted to pass it to either Terrakion or just to keep Vaporeon's longevity up even more. But the toxic damage is racking up, so I don't know what I want to do at this point. So I figure I might as well leave in Vaporeon. I know I can take any one hit from it again. But unfortunately, I hit myself in confusion as I was going to go for the Toxic there. I could have went for the Protect, but I felt like Toxicking the Dragonite was going to be a little better. But anyway now, so I'm going to switch out here, go into my Skarm once again, as he's going to opt to Dragon Tail. And that's going to do nothing because that Dragonite is not invested in attack, because because that's that special defensive one. And now I'm going to bring in my Zapdos here, and I'm living on 10. I figure, okay, I can try and sweep his team with Thunderbolt. And I know for a fact that critical hit mattered because that is a specially defensive Dragonite. And now he's going to bring in his Politoed, and I'm just going to go for the T-Bolt and take out his Politoed. And I'm pretty sure Zapdos actually cleans up from here. And he's going to bring... Alright, never mind. He's going to bring in his Breloom, go for the Mach Punch just to get that priority damage, and kill off my Zapdos with that 10 HP that I was living on for a while. And then, what do I go into here? Oh yeah, I go into Skarmory here, and proceed to Brave Bird all the things. So, Breloom goes down, and then, wait, what happens next? Oh my god, this battle was yesterday, this is so sad. He's gonna go into his Tentacruel here, and, actually, I'm gonna go for the Roost here, and, oh yeah, I remember this part now. He goes for the Scald here. Because it's rain boosted, that does actually a lot. It's almost a 2-hit KO on Skarmory. And he gets the burn. And his last Pokemon is Tentacruel, and my last are Skarmory and Celebi. That burn would have cost me the game in the long run, because Celebi can't do anything to Tentacruel whatsoever. All I could do is recover, stall it, and stuff. But that said, with Rain Dish up, it's going to be extremely time-consuming to take care of this Tentacruel. So I figure I might as well just Brave Bird until I die to the Scald. I'm going to die to the Scald here, and then I'm going to bring in... Wait, do I bring in Celebi, or do I have something left? I'm not entirely sure. Oh yeah, I have Terrakion left. Derp. Derp, 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 derp. Oh yeah, I was banking on the Stone Edge crit because I needed that to KO the Tentacruel, and then he finishes me off with a Scald. I know he had it was just what's it called? Celebi and what's it called? Oh my god, my lineup. Oh my god, I'm terrible. But anyway, all I have left is Celebi, and the match ends here because we had to get dressed and stuff for the competition and whatnot. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. This was actually a very good battle. I mean, I personally thought it was. I hope you guys do. Be sure to leave a like, comment if you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit that sub button if you haven't already. And until next time, Smash Bros. Pro 33, signing out.